Thanks, Caoirleach, and thanks. I just welcome the opportunity to speak on the bill. The private members, just if I might clarify one matter on the state of the Pillar 1 single farm payment in Ireland to be reduced by 42 million per annum. As I understand it, it's 42 million over what is actually a 6-year period. So just to clarify that. It's been said here around the House, food and food production are a fundamental necessity of living. So primary producers are always going to have to be exist. What has been wrong is that the primary producer, in many cases, and Deputy Brian Stanley said it here last night, that 1/3 of all farms weren't viable in this country. So something's been wrong with the model that we've had, and to just purely subsidise an industry without taking regard of and cognizance of the impact of that is not going to be an effective way of giving an adequate income to the farmer. Farming is a business, and there's a couple of key things that have to be done to make farming a viable and profitable business. One is put it into the hands of young, trained people. There's no mention here of land mobility, of land access for young people, properly trained and properly focused, with the best of knowledge and research available to them, and with all the support industries sectors, including banking and everyone else, to support them. So that's the first and primary thing that has to be done to make farming, in my opinion, effective. The second thing is to give them the power to negotiate and to give them a proper, powerful position within the food chain. And I think to that effect, if people are prepared to buy into in goodwill the efforts now to organise and legalise producer groups, and we've seen in Scotland on shellfish production how that can be done in a very effective way. So, you know, the other one, was just the comparison on the price difficulties that have been had over the year, and the evidence is that is improving. 4 or 5 years ago, when the dairy milk price was actually at its lowest, it was actually co-ops who were bringing down the price. Now, co-ops in the main are farmer-owned, and it's hardly likely that it was a cartel of farmer-owned co-ops that were bringing down the price on their own members. So I think we should bear in mind there has to be some balance to all of this. At the end of the day, this industry, and the beef industry is specifically what has been talked about here, is an industry that is probably the biggest single component of agricultural production and exports in this country. It has traditionally not been the most profitable, unless you go back many, many years. And there has been a difficulty where it's always been apparent, or has seemed to be apparent, that in order for one player in the beef sector to be doing well, it had to be at the absolute expense of the other. So, powers of dominance. There has been no proper trust, no proper dialogue, and no proper respect, as someone who's involved in the industry, between the various stakeholders in the beef sector. To that end, the establishment of the forum, and if everybody comes to that forum with a desire to have a stable and secure beef production chain into the future, then they need to engage in it positively. So I just say finally, when we have presentations before a committee, we have various different farm organisations and other representative groups, and the one thing that is noticeable, yes, is that organisations such as the Young Farmers MOCRA, the Irish Farm Managers Association, who are not generally landowners, all they ever ask for is open the gate and let us proceed. Not give us a leg up over the gate. They want a taxation code, a structure in place that allows them farm where they get their profit and their income from their production at the farm gate. Thank you.